Alrighty, this is Rio, and I'm going to walk you through how to use a Google Doc for your classwork notes from here on out for the rest of the semester. So when we started using Classwork, showing you how to write notes within Blackboard using Write Submission. And many of us ran into issues right away doing headings, but more importantly doing bullets, right? So notice how it actually worked this time. And actually I figured out a workaround, right? I actually figured this out working with a student, is that if I did that, type the text, and then I did the bullet. Okay, but regardless, I think it's important that you learn how to use Google Docs. And the reason I like this is that we're going to end up having one document that you use throughout the semester. And then at the end of the semester, all your notes will be in one place. So I'm going to move over to Google. I'm actually going to increase my size a little bit. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to hit Google Drive. And again, you log into your Drive. You do this. You do a new, okay, Google Doc. And by default, the document will be named Untitled, okay? So you can either come up here or you can do rename, but this is a nice new feature. You do Classwork, and the feature meaning you can type in here and put your name, right? All right, so here's the formatting requirements. Each week, okay, we'll go in from oldest to newest. And each week we'll also need to have a title format, okay? So each week, because the idea again is that you'll have one document for all your notes. Okay, now you don't have to copy the ones from week 1, but I actually think it's a good idea, right? But this will be a hard requirement starting in week 3, so I'll just show you this. So we can still do headings here, and I still like headings. So however many headings I say is required, now we can use this heading 1, okay? And now it works really great to either tab, which we are all, should be thinking, yeah, that works well, and then headings. So the reason I like Google Docs here is that you can use all the formatting things we're used to. You can have this be all your notes, and then you can just share it with me. So now that I've shown you the format, I've shown you how to save it, now I'm going to show you how to share it only with me, okay, and the way I want it shared. So once you're ready, and you only have to do this sharing process one time. From after the first time, then all you'll have to do is copy the URL, and I'll show you that. So I'm going to hit share, because right now it's only myself. Give me edit. That's really important. Okay, so Rio Waller at Gmail. I'm sharing a document with myself. It's like Inception. Okay, now you normally will send somebody a note, but in this case you don't have to. Okay, so I'm not going to notify them, and you just click OK, and it'll give you a little warning. Hey, you're skipping, and it's like, yeah, that's okay. Okay, good. So now I just want to show you this. Up here in the URL, I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to bring it down here. And the reason is really just to show you this in a bigger format. Okay, so this is the URL for this document. And really, this is the long URL, right? You can do the edit, it doesn't matter, but I just want you to see this, because really the end of this just tells us what kind of mode we're in the document. Okay, and the other thing I want to show you, and I think this is good to know, right? Oh, we're already in here, is I want to show you about this URL shortener. And this is fun to do too, because once you do this, you only have to do it once. You say shorten the URL and you copy. And then what you do is you paste here, you create the shortened, and then from here on out, then you only have to use this shortened one. Now it's not a requirement, but I think it's good to know how to do that. Okay? All right. So again, this is the URL. So now that you have the URL, and every time you're ready to submit your classwork, you'll still come in to Classwork, right? You'll still write your submission, but in here all you have to say is my notes, right? Google Doc. I don't care here what you really say. And then click drag. But what's important is when you do the URL, you paste it, right? And by the way, that's the shortened URL. So if I was actually showing you the longer URL, it would look like this. Okay, I just want you to see this. Oh, actually it's right here behind it. No big deal. Okay, so that's the long URL. And again, that's why I like the shortened ones. Make sure you open this in a new blank window, insert, and it went back in here. Good, right? So then you can go ahead and hit submit as normal, right? So to review, starting in week 3, right, you have to use Google Doc, shared with me only, listing the most current weeks first, and sharing it each time. So each time you go in and complete your notes, right? So let's say, and again, you don't have to do it for the previous weeks, but I think it's a good idea so you have them. And each time you update it, all you have to do, and I can actually, here's the other way, I can just grab the URL from the top, and I know it's a little hard to see in the video, but you can also, starting after that, just come in to whatever week you're using and share that same URL with me. And when I come in here, what I will see is the most current notes that you've completed. Okay? So again, the reason I like doing this is to give you the experience of using Google Docs, the experience of sharing and collaborating, right? And make sure, by the way, when you share it and give me, hopefully you know, edit so that I can edit it. All right, that's it. Starting week 3, that's our new requirement.